Are you tired of wondering if expensive screen protectors are worth it over the cheap ones? Do you really get what you pay for, or are there any budget-friendly gems hiding in plain sight? Well, today, Monty and I are going to show you the results of all the digging that we've done. Mental digging, not digging in the backyard, right? We're going to give you 5, we'll say, mind-blowing differences between expensive and cheap screen protectors. These 5 differences might change how you protect your digital overlord. And you know me, I've gone the extra mile. I've tested 29 screen protectors ranging from $3 to $90, so buckle up. First up, let's talk about material differences. Really cheap brands will just use tempered glass. It's a basic and very affordable choice. These include random Amazon brands, JetTech, and ESR, and maybe these guys as well. Majority of these products cost less than $5 per screen protector, and they usually come in multi-packs. Multi-pack. Now on the other hand, premium manufacturers will take a sheet of glass and give it an acid bath. This process creates aluminosilicate glass, which is basically double tempered glass. Brands like Flowlab, OtterBox, Zag, and Bodyguards uses that process to create their glass. Prices range from $20 to around $50 for these 3. With the cheap stuff, you know it's kind of like gas station sushi. This stuff might have some sushi flavor, but it's probably going to make you sprint to the bathroom. But between $20 and $50, you kind of don't know. They could be selling fake fish with their rolls and calling it deluxe. Now for people prioritizing scratch protection, like me, there's a screen protector for you and me. Sapphire. The glass used in sapphire protectors, well, it's grown in a lab, which is why it's going to cost you $60 to $70 for this screen protector. We'll talk more about scratch protection in point number 5. But for now, just remember that the materials used in glass screen protectors varies widely between cheap and expensive. But does the performance change? That's the next point. So here's a plot twist. Higher price doesn't guarantee better performance. Now, in my quest to test 29 different screen protectors, I broke all of them. Discovered the performance in terms of oleophobic coating, coverage, impact protection, edge durability can all vary greatly between the price ranges. For example, take the OtterBox Amplify. This was the 4th most expensive screen protector that I tested, and it performed extremely well in terms of coating, strength and stuff, but it's also one of the smallest screen protectors. And that just dragged the entire score down, resulting in the Alpha class actually beating out the Amplify despite being cheaper. Another neat little case study was between these 2 Urban Armor Gear screen protectors. This is a $35 screen protector, this is about a $50 screen protector. This is what I did to them, and the Glass Shield Plus, absolutely terrible in terms of everything. This normal Glass Shield defeated the Glass Shield Plus in every single category, which is why this is number 29. So if you're like, hey, this thing is on sale, well, you might as well just go get a 3-pack from a random Amazon brand over this. You could get like 20 screen protectors for the same price. So as you can see, there is a ton of garbage out there. So if you're curious what the best of the best is, do check out my previous video where I give you the top 5, which are these guys. These guys are the top 5. And don't forget to turn on your notifications so that every single time Monty shows up the internet, you get notified. Now, just like in point 1, install tools generally increases with price. For the cheapest screen protectors, you usually have stuff like an install frame. It's not bad, but it's not great either. It is better than trying to like eyeball your screen protector install, but not by much. Cheap brands will generally give you alcoholic wipes and really, really small pieces of microfiber that don't really absorb anything. Now Monty asked me, why are you ranking install tools? Well, because the installation part of a screen protector install is very important. There's nothing more frustrating than putting on a piece of glass and then getting dust underneath it, right? What's it equivalent to? Finding a hair in an ice cube. Blah. Now, as you go up in price, you get companies that provide things like install frames that fit your devices, well, perfectly. Some frames just fit the front of the device. Other frames are a bit more encompassing, we'll say. But the best frames cover the entire device. This is a Flowlab one-time frame, and you put your whole device in there. It fits everything so perfectly, gets you the perfect install. Most companies will give you terrible little daddy things for dust, but higher quality companies give you a massive one so that you just slap it on once and all the dust is gone. Now, if you're wondering how I do all my screen protector installs, well, do check out that video. I've got 10 tips, I think, to help you guys install your screen protectors perfectly. So when it comes to durability, Monty and I use these things to do all this to the screen protectors, direct impact as well as edge strength. Here's a surprising fact. Screen protectors that were way more expensive did not perform better than ones that were cheaper. This ESR Armorite, incredibly strong. And we compare that to the price point, it shouldn't be that strong. But then you go back to the Urban Armor Gear Glass Shield Plus, and the thing would basically break on, you know, a heavy breath. Another example I can give you is that sapphire screen protectors, very scratch resistant, but very brittle after the first break. So the first break here, very strong. Everything else, very weak. So it averages out to be really, really poor based on my testing anyways. And when it comes to edges, from my perspective, the strength of the edge is an incredible indicator of the quality of the product. The edges of the screen protector isn't something that, you know, the typical consumer will notice, and so really cheap brands really cheap out on the polishing of the edges. But brands that actually care about their products will spend a lot more time buffing and cleaning the edges of the screen protector so they last longer. Now, I will say one thing, that out of the 29 screen protectors, 5 of them were actually plastic, and the Rhino-Shield 3D Impact took the most amount of effort to break. In fact, out of like the 6 tests that I did, 3 of them I couldn't actually break the glass. My force meter stops at about 500 newtons. So this product was incredibly strong. Think this video can save a friend's screen? Make sure you hit the share button and save a screen. When it comes to the iPhones, what is the worst scratch that you have ever done to your iPhone? Or any iOS device for that matter. For me, it's extremely nauseating to see like a scratch on my Apple Watches that just like sends me over the edge, and it happens every single Apple Watch I get. Except for the Ultra. The outside is very scratched, but the screen, pristine. And when it comes to cheap versus expensive screen protectors, the expensive ones actually perform way better than the cheap ones. Cheaper brands will always claim to have 9H hardness. This iPhone has a pretty cheap screen protector. This is a number 9 Mo's pick, and it will just annihilate the screen protector. Now for my testing, cheap ones would scratch around 7, we'll say a soft 7. The double tempered ones, the aluminosilicate class, would scratch around a hard 7. It took a lot more effort to put the scratches in, but they all scratched at level 7. The ones with the best scratch resistance, the sapphire ones. Here's the screen protector. Like nothing. Bagel. Nothing. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Now for me personally, scratch resistance is on the top of my list. Why? Because I hate seeing scratches on my devices. Not sure if you can tell in this shot, but this screen protector is about a month old and there are just a ton of scratches. Somewhere along the line, there are things in my pockets that will scratch a screen protector. And so like the screen protector just looks terrible to me now. So those are the 5 biggest differences between cheap and expensive screen protectors. If you want to know the top 5, do check out that video. I've got 2 more reasons that I think weren't as important, and I'll leave them in the description section below. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notifications so that every single time Monty shows up on the internet, you get to watch him sleep on video.